Reddit Ask Me Anything. As requested. I have been in Area 51. Ask me anything. I am writing this for my mom's boyfriend who we live with, Stephen Goravan, who has in fact been in Area 51. He was there testing the Mars rover. He is the chairman and co-founder of Honeybee Robotics. How much of it did you see? How was security compared with a regular military base? Did you see anything unusual or unexpected? I saw a lot of it. It's a big place. I was driving around probably for 25 miles. I think it was from the southwest gate. Security was effective but light. In other words, there were civilians outside the gate with lawn chairs and telescopes, but they didn't get anywhere near getting inside. But I had a pass. Yes, I saw the strange. It wasn't just me. Two of us saw a strange aircraft flying low across the desert floor, and it went up and over these mountains that were in front of us. We figured it was a test flight of a secret aircraft. But it was weird. I've never seen anything like it. What was it shaped like? How did it move? It moved fast. Subsonic speed. But it seemed quite fast because it was only about 100 or 200 feet off the ground. It was flying across flat ground, and when it came to the mountains it just hugged the mountains and stayed 100 feet off the ground even as it was climbing the mountain. It was black and looked like an F-117A, like I said. It didn't make much noise either. At least I don't remember hearing anything. Based on what you saw of the low-flying aircraft, how many decades away would you estimate we are from hoverboard technology? This is an important and serious question. Probably pretty damn close. Area 51 has a gift shop? Yes. Except for aliens. Is there anything else Area 51 is involved with? Testing. It's like a test range for the military and other government agencies. Other government agencies? Any one agency specifically? Well, certainly NASA is the one I'm sure of, JPL, and those are the only ones I'm sure of. Well, and probably at least one university, but I'm sure there are more. What's one thing can you tell us about Area 51 that we don't know but should? I would say probably how truly vast it is and how remote. Despite the fact that it's in the USA, it's so remote. What is the most interesting fact you know? Let's just get straight to it. And I mean interesting as in wow. I can't believe that is true. That the size of the apparent disk of the moon in a solar eclipse is the same exact size as the sun. There is no reason why that should be. This had never occurred to me before. What the duck? Is it mainly underground or above ground? I didn't see any underground facilities. It's mostly desert, and I was out in the desert. Maybe because they are underground. Damn hipsters. What part of the Mars rover was he involved with? In other words, what field is he a genius in? It was for the rat rock abrasion tool. He was a member of the Mir science team. We were controlling it from JPL and pretending Area 51 was Mars. Have you seen anything significant that you are not allowed to talk about? At Area 51? Number. Implying elsewhere. Then? Yay. I don't want to talk about it. Okay. Without giving away specifics. Can he answer this? Can you not talk about it because it could jeopardize national security? Or is it something the government wants to keep from the people? Probably the second one. So it would jeopardize the security of the government, as opposed to the security of the country? Or is it because our little minds are not ready for such a huge shift in understanding? Thank you for this Ask Me Anything. Sort of closer to the latter. I wouldn't exactly explain it that way, but they don't think it's time. Thank you. But now I'm extremely curious. But I'm sure you are, too. He won't say anymore. And yeah, I'm with you guys on this one. I really wish he would. I respect his discretion. It's crazy that this type of stuff has not been leaked by now by somebody, you know? I mean, Lady Gaga can't take a poo without 3 continents knowing what color it is. But not one of the thousands of govt people that indirectly have access to all of this slipped up once. Sucks. Guys, stop ragging on this Ask Me Anything. He is answering the questions truthfully. Do you want him to just make up stories about him ducking aliens or something? Thank you. I'd love a story about him ducking aliens, actually. Will you really get shot if you cross a gate into Area 51 with no warning? Or are there warning shots and people who come and get you out arrest you? I don't know what the nature of the security was if I tried to break in. What does an Area 51 pass look like? Do they have a secret handshake too? No, our name was on a list and our NASA badges got us through. What was running through your head when you heard you were going to be working there? Whether you believe any of the rumors or not, there are still a ton of them. I thought it was very cool. I was looking forward to it. Did you get to go inside Hangar 18? Number. I don't think I went inside any buildings. The crew was there for 2 weeks and I camped probably half of that time. The other half I drove into a town in Nevada and stayed there. I forget the name of it. I drove like 90 miles at like 100 miles per hour. No speed limit. NASA made you camp while working at Area 51? Yep. Does that scream? There is some seriously secret shit inside these buildings to anyone else. How many women worked at Area 51? A few. Probably about 10%. Do you think that the government has made contact with aliens, but are afraid of chaos if they acknowledge it? Number. It's possible, but I don't think so. Who's in charge of Area 51? I have no idea. What was the name of Area 51 when you went? Did they have an official name for it? You're going to be working in Area 51 inches or what? It may have had another name, but we all knew it was Area 51 and that's what we called it. Could you ask him? I'm in a technical field as well. Comp C. How do I increase my creativity so I too can found a robotics company someday? Don't take no for an answer. Persevere. Keep coming back for more. That's the secret actually. Most people give up. How do I value myself and continue to develop when I can see the infinitely better people out there better than me at what I do? Comma. Because most people, even people that you think are smarter or more creative than you, will give up. If you persevere, people will stop being your competitor and before you know it you'll be the only one left standing. That is some real duck and talk right there. Did you ever feel like you were being personally watched by any surveillance just because of the level of clearance? I never felt I was under surveillance. That means they are doing their job right, sneakily. What was the latest project that you are aware of that has been declassified? I have no comment. AWW. What's your view on the Roswell UFO incident? Edit. Grammar. I think it probably was the government, but they're not telling us the whole truth of what they were doing. How many people actually know the truth there? Is it constrained to just a handful? Or is it a secret protected by thousands? The CIA, FBI, NSA, etc. In other words, how large is the cover-up? If there is one, I would bet it has to be small, otherwise somebody would spill the beans. Like the old saying goes, the only way two people can keep a secret is if one of them is dead. If you could go to Mars in the remaining years of your life, knowing you could die, be it while traveling, or on Mars itself, would you do it? Number. I'm an Earthling. How much access does the president have to the files of Area 51? How much does he know, and is there anything neither him or anyone is allowed to know? That's above my pay grade. Why was the rover tested at Area 51? Didn't the government have their own area that was similar to other planets, such as where the Apollo crews trained in similar terrain to the lunar surface? Also, did you have to sign an NDA upon exiting the base? Because we needed a lot of room and a road and we needed no interference from the public. Yes, but the public could have gotten into some of those areas. This was more secure, and I think also it had something to do with the communication facilities. We were trying to pretend we were on Mars, so we were relaying information from a satellite to the rover. So I think Area 51 offered us the perfect kind of logistics for that test. Number. Probably I signed an NDA before I went there. I don't remember, but I probably did. Number. Probably I signed an NDA before I went there. I don't remember, but I probably did. Any other strange memory gaps from the time that you should have spent at the Nevada test site? Wait a minute, you just flash that thing, it erases a memory, and you just make up a new one? Were you aware of the various rumors before entering? And what were they? Were you influenced into thinking something was up, and why? If so, is it possible that simple secrecy or influence from the rumors contributed to this as well? Not really. I didn't know anything specific. I didn't hear anything specific. Number. I mean, I was looking around. But what was your best memory there? Just probably looking at the stars at night where there was no civilization around anywhere. It was just the perfect sky. It was a lot of fun there. If you like the desert, it's beautiful. Do you believe in aliens? Aliens? Oh, that's a good question. I'm neutral on that. I don't know. More importantly, is he an alien? Hell no. That's what he wants us to think. Were you involved with the rover mission after they landed on Mars? If so, have they located anything classified? Semicolon. Nothing classified. And we're still operating. One of the rovers is still working. I'm still with the team. Thoughts on the whole idea that the moon landing was filmed at Area 51? It's ridiculous. I know Harrison Schmitt. He was on the moon. Buzz Aldrin punched a guy in the face for saying the moon landing was fake. Was bouncing the signals off a satellite important in terms of delay and signal strength, or just a convenient way of covering the area, if the delay mattered? Did you have to add more since the satellite was much closer than Mars? How autonomous is the rover? We just wanted to simulate trying to control it from Pasadena where JPL is, and the delay time didn't matter so much as the fact that we were trying to do it from a satellite of some kind. The rover is supervised autonomy. We tell it what to do once a day, but then it avoids rocks and hazards on its own. It drives to where we tell it to go on its own path. I could give a shit less about aliens or other skeptical things that have been rumored to be there, but I want to know what kinds of aircraft testing goes on there. What kinds of crazy systems and aircraft are being hidden from our view? I know that's pretty much the real intent of Area 51 in its modern existence. Well, I'm not sure, but I wasn't there for aircraft testing. But clearly they're working on low-flying stealth aircraft, because that's I think what we saw. Did you have to get clearance of any sort in order to do this Ask Me Anything? Number. How many people do you think work at the facility? It's very hard to say. It's so big. Impossible for me to say. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. Thanks for watching, mate. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more high quality content.